So we think this is going to be an awesome place to work and also recharge at the same time. Another big thing for us is figuring out how to make downtown Ann Arbor work with all its opportunities and amazing resources, but also its challenges. And we have a major challenge in downtown Ann Arbor. It's parking. And we are not going to figure out how to get out of this challenge as we densify. Not in the timeline that we need to. So everybody downtown has to think creatively about this. So we're designing bike storage into the building. We're designing lockers for every member and resident in the building. So you have a place you can put something secure downtown, go out on the town, come back, grab your bike, go home, those sorts of things. And we think that there's a lot of opportunities to start getting innovative on this space. With commuting, obviously I walk to work every day. Not everybody can walk, not everybody can bike. We understand that. But we have Uber in town, we have Lyft in town. We think there's some opportunities there to start looking at those. And to take that one step further, we're even going to have a Cahoots house car that's available. So if you end up coming to work but you don't have your car with you, it's like you have your car downtown. So if you're a resident in Cahoots, you'll be able to use this for your kind of daily errands. You need to run out and you go to the Secretary of State office or whatever it is, grab the house car and go. And yes, we do have a Tesla Model 3 on order for this house car. So that'll be 2.0 when they start shipping them.
So I think it was maybe about a year ago, Guy and I were flying back from California, and he's reading on his phone, and he reads about how the governor vetoed down or signed a bill that outlawed Tesla from being here, and he's like, I'm writing Elon Musk right now. It's well, I have a better idea. I kind of know someone over there. Let's just email him. So anyhow, one of our ideas here is actually how do we create a black market Tesla dealer in downtown Ann Arbor.
It's our own personal car. Come test drive it. Come check it out. We'll show you how to order one in Ohio.
Oh, you're interested? There's a computer right there. We're fanboys if you want to look at any of the stuff. So we're actually talking to Tesla about a partnership where you can test drive a car and buy one. It's our car though. So. Okay, so Guy just talked a lot about the sort of inside the building, but again, we mentioned that a major purpose here is how do we serve outside the building. So aside from just offering desks for people to rent who need a workspace, we want to also offer an opportunity, how do we engage the broader community? So we came up with this idea, and it's not totally figured out yet, but we'll sort of generically refer to as memberships, right? So kind of think Soho House, but not douchey and bougie, substance, I guess, Soho House but substance. You don't have to be a starving artist that's sponsored by Helen Zell to get a membership. But how do we draw people in? So the idea is, how do we sort of allow the space to be accessible to everybody else who's doing really cool stuff around town, like Intermittent? So a major portion of the overall square footage of Cahoots is actually dedicated to event space or public meeting space or a place to just do really cool stuff. Not great for our economics, but we think it's a really important thing. So we want to offer a membership so people can figure out a way to engage on their own with the space. So we're making this big financial investment in physical infrastructure, and we could just be done with it and that's what we do, but how do we get others to leverage that and get more value out of it? That's kind of the key. So I'll highlight a couple of quick spaces. So there's this huge garage. It's supposedly the last privately owned commercial garage in downtown Ann Arbor, and we're building it out to be this incredibly gorgeous high-end event space, and it's going to be extremely flexible. So during the day, maybe people are working, but at night or in the middle of the day, it can convert over to a place where there's an educational event, a technology talk, a party, an art show, a music show, whatever it might be. Guy likes to cite the fact that Capital Factory had 700 and some odd events last year alone. So definitely probably see a need for how do we get this space activated more broadly for everybody.
Yeah, our ambition is to see something going on there related to tech and arts and music and creativity every night of the year. That's the hope.
I'm pretty sure, honestly, if we stripped it all down, Guy and I bought these buildings so we could drink on the roof. He got his sauna. I'm getting a bocce ball court. So no, but so we're actually going to build out the roof, and it's going to be pretty insane. Like we're talking about like maybe 8,000 to 12,000 square feet of roof space that can be used for anything from, again, like fundraising events, parties, just a place to chill out and hang out, do yoga, whatever it is. But again, we're trying to build infrastructure that the overall community can use. And as long as like you're, what was the, not a dingus? Is that what Julie said? Yeah. If you're not a dingus, you can use it. It's like the rule. Okay, so we talked a lot about the fact, maybe not enough, terrible real estate investment. But we still think it's really important. This is a very difficult project to make the economics work. And as such, like, we want to be super transparent. So we're going to have like a completely open book accounting system. Because we just want to be really clear with the community of like, why are we doing things the way we are, and getting lots of feedback along the way as to like what's working and what's not. But again, like, we want to be as transparent as possible as to how we made our decisions so that people don't feel that there's any risk of us trying to take advantage of the broader system. It's really important to us. I mean, that to us is kind of like the final statement of like the final period of like, this is a passion project. But taking it one step further, we just got done with like a massive branding exercise, and Guy introduced me to the industry of high-end branding. I didn't know you could spend that kind of money on fonts.
If anybody's familiar with Focus Lab, I think they're the best team on Dribble right now, and Bill Kenny is the creative director there. He's an incredible guy. So they're the team that's responsible for kind of bringing the visual end of what we're trying to accomplish to life. We gave them a couple guidelines, like we wanted it to be cool, obviously, and hip, but we also wanted it to be kind of modern piracy, to celebrate that sort of disruptive nature. And they went even one step further.
Yeah, so they came to Ann Arbor and like spent a couple days. They actually met some of the folks in this room right now, and the purpose there was we didn't want them just to like get to know us. We wanted them to like get to know the whole community, so that was what was informing the overall brand. And they got like so fired up that they're like, we created some assets like that aren't even for you. And so we're like, okay, that's great.
And they created this awesome A2 asset. It is open source. Use it however you want. Just try to do something cool with it. It does celebrate the building a little bit. You'll see there's a little bit of like the shape of the Kleinschmidt building there, which is cool. We also think it looks like the Bell Tower, which is an iconic thing in downtown Ann Arbor. So we love it. We love mostly how fired up and passionate they got about it being based in Savannah. And I just thought it would be cool to kind of like share that with you.
Yeah, so more to come on that.
More to come on that. And then the final thing that we did, and we kind of started from this point, was Cahoots, the goal of this really has a symbol behind it. And this is not a logo, this is not owned by Cahoots, but this is sort of like where we started. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if there was kind of a thing that people could rally behind that have this kind of common perspective, that want to see Ann Arbor be a great, globally recognized tech hub, right? And we came up with this symbol, this plus flag that kind of looks like a badass pirate flag. It's on a black field, big, strong kind of pluses or whatever. But it also resonates with tech, because I'm sure there's a lot of programmers in the room that know the plus operator is an incrementer. And we think that's what we're trying to do, and we hope that's what other people try to do. And
it's definitely what
Intermittent's all about, is saying, what's here already, how can I make it better? How can I add one really valuable thing to the ecosystem? So our hope for this symbol is that it becomes something that when you see it, you have a personal sense of pride. I'm part of that movement that's happening in Ann Arbor. Our intent is to fly this in a big flag. We've already got it produced on top of the building.
Like a huge
patches
flag.
And all kinds of awesome
I learned recently like the requirements for like dimensions of a flag relative to height, and
we were gonna bring it, but it's
huge.
literally 6 feet by 10 feet, so it felt a little awkward. But we
don't know if we need a permit.
This is not a logo again. This is a symbol for sort of the meaning behind what we're trying to build here in Ann Arbor. That's our concept of it.